As I was driving back, I was depressed because I thought they're going to offer me this job and I don't want this job. And I drove out literally from beneath a bank of clouds, and the sun was shining gloriously. And it just occurred to me, it's like, this is my life. I don't have to do this job. I was offered a full-blown commission job that I mean, it's a funny story because I swore I wasn't going to take the job. I went up, interviewed, did well, came back, and as I was driving back, I was depressed because I thought they're going to offer me this job and I don't want this job. And I drove out literally from beneath a bank of clouds, and the sun was shining gloriously. And it just occurred to me, it's like, this is my life. I don't have to do this job. And so the rest of the drive home, I was so happy. And I got back, saw my wife, Maria, and she said, how'd it go? I said, it went great. And she's like, wow, you seem enthusiastic. I said, I am enthusiastic. And she said, so you can take the job? I'm like, no, that's what I'm enthusiastic about, is this is my life and I don't have to do the sales job. And she's like, well, wait a second. And so it turned into another conversation. They didn't offer me the job for about 3 months. And 2 to 3 months later, they came down to my office to offer me the job. And when the manager showed up, she said, Michael, I'd like to take you out for lunch. And I said, okay. And she said, there's actually some other people in the office who are interested in coming up to this advancement office too. We'll all go out together. And I said, sure. So we went out to lunch together. And the other people were so excited about the type of job that I was getting that they talked to this manager the whole time. At the end of lunch, we hadn't spoken much at all. The manager said, hey, why don't we drive in the car back to the office together? And I said, okay. And so we're in the car and she gets off on a tangent. She starts talking about something completely different. We get back to the office. I go sit down at my desk, call Maria, and she's like, okay, so what happened? And she said, you turned down the job, right? And I said, you know what? It was really weird. She never offered me the job. And Maria was like, what are you talking about? I said, it was weird, whatever. And I said, but I have to tell her no, because there's no way I'm not taking the job. 2 hours later, it just so happened that I had a great day. The afternoon went well. I was in a kind of a happy-go-lucky mode. She pulled me into the conference room and said, hey, Michael, I don't know what happened at lunch. I had intended to ask you something, didn't get the chance to. You interviewed great. We'd love to offer you the job up north. And I said, and this voice actually eerily similar to my own said, sure. And I remember thinking, was that just me? Did I just say that? And this is a great example. And I did. I accepted the job. I called Maria and I said, hey, they offered me the job. And she said, and you said no. And I said, no, I took it. She said, what are you talking about? And I said, I don't know. I just thought, like, what the heck? Go for it. And so I look at that as like how God just does a phenomenal job. If he kept waiting until the moment that I was actually open to saying yes, and I said yes, I went up, took that job, and I hated it for at least, probably for 9 months. And I was trying to interview for other jobs. And what happened is, at some point, I was at this breaking point where I was having a tough time, and something shifted where I continued to do what they taught me to do. And I just got this break, and I was selling in this particular market, and I started getting these sales that had actually already been made by somebody else, and they were just given to me, and I hadn't really worked for them. And so I calmed down because I wasn't worried about how to pay the bills, because I had this these sales again that I hadn't earned. And the upshot of that is, as I wasn't so freaked out about what I was doing, all those different things that I had learned for the past year and a half started to come home to roost, and I actually got better at it. And then I started to succeed on my own. Like, I actually started doing pretty well. At that point, I was starting to enjoy the job. So this job I was trying to get the heck out of for a year and a half, I started to enjoy.